Would you like to feel more energy and have a better mood in 60 days or less? That's the guarantee I offer with a health-building food I'm about to introduce you to. If you apply the advice I'm about to share with you, you will support the restoration of your optimal health. When consuming this health food, you will support a better mood and endurance. You will also support increases in strength, energy, fat loss, and muscle development. You will be protecting yourself from colds, flus, infections, and cancer. By adding this one power food to your diet, you will support the removal of toxins of all kinds, including heavy metals, drug deposits, chemicals, and radiation poisoning. As you detoxify your body thoroughly, then the toxic gases they give off will disappear from your blood, lungs, and breath. Your breath will become free of any offensive odor. This power food will also support the elimination of inflammation and the pain it is causing, and will contribute to a better complexion. Health and beauty are the natural result of a well-nourished body free of toxins. Every health benefit I've just described has already happened for many other people. You'll hear some of them in a little while. My name is Stephen Hewer. In an effort to heal myself of mercury poisoning and the effect it had on my body, I have been reading and applying holistic methods of healing to my body for over 36 years. I earned a Bachelor of Science degree in nutrition as a naturopath in 1990, and I have been in full-time consultative practice since that time. The journey has been long, hard, and painful, and is now becoming very rewarding. As a result of the unique challenges I had and the many paths I have walked down in hopes of finding the answer, I have acquired a unique and powerful body of knowledge from direct experience and with thousands of clients. The result of this experience and knowledge enables me to say this: if you do not feel better in 30 days or less on any supplement or dietary program, you are not on an effective program for your unique needs. That's how little time it can take to feel a lot better. Now I'd like to share with you some nutritional information about how you can begin to make huge improvements in your health. To give you some background, I need to educate you a little bit about protein. Approximately 75% of the dry weight of the human body is made up of protein, 23% is minerals, and perhaps 2% is vitamins. Each day, the approximately 100 trillion cells of your body need to produce enzymes, hormones, neurotransmitters, antioxidants, and to repair themselves on a 24-hour-a-day basis. This entire process is predominantly a protein-based function. Proteins are made of amino acids. There are 20 amino acids that make up all proteins in nature. When you eat protein, your body's final goal after digesting protein is to scissor off single amino acid molecules. Once the free amino acids enter the bloodstream, your body can now create a vast quantity and variety of proteins for you to function in a happy and healthy state. Under proper nutritional conditions, your body can now repair all 100 trillion cells and produce all the enzymes needed for energy, detoxification, and antioxidant and hormone production. However, if 50% or more of the amino acids entering your bloodstream are bent or twisted from the heating process, then your body cannot use these amino acids. You can see these changes take place when you cook an egg. The egg white goes from a clear, semi-liquid protein to a rubberized, non-see-through cooked egg white. Or when you cook a piece of red meat, the water-rich red meat releases and loses its water, and the meat turns brown and harder in texture. These visual changes occur because the heating process is bending and twisting amino acids into gnarled up structures that the body cannot use. In order for your body to benefit from amino acids, they must retain the shape that nature originally gave them. The problem is that virtually all protein you consume has been heated to normal cooking temperatures. This means that 50% or more of the amino acids in the proteins you eat are unusable and a toxic burden for your liver and kidneys to eliminate. This quantity of damaged amino acids cannot be readily eliminated through the bowels and urine on a 24-hour-a-day basis. The result is a buildup in the tissues. This buildup is garbage in the body and causes any cell that it is next to age and eventually die. All infections and/or disease processes have as a causative factor this buildup of damaged food molecules. If you reduce the amount of damaged protein coming into your body by consuming an undamaged protein, then the body spends more time giving you energy, making you feel good, and keeping you younger. What is the one protein power food in nature that you can, for the first time, get in its undamaged state? It is unheated whey protein powder from grass-fed cows. In late 2010, the U.S. market was introduced for the first time to a truly unheated, undamaged whey protein powder called One World Whey. Mother Nature delivers milk to baby calves in its raw, unheated state. Have you ever seen a baby cow raised on heated or pasteurized milk and one raised on unheated raw milk? I have a website link in my report, Can Pasteurized Milk Create Disease and Shorten Your Lifespan? The difference in their health is vast. The one fed heat sterilized milk ends up with a bloated belly, poor physical development, and unhealthy organ development. The one on unheated raw milk had excellent physical development and excellent internal organ health. If you look back in history, you will find that raw, unheated whey from grass-fed cows was revered as a healing elixir as far back as 1749. In 1749, a man in Zurich, Switzerland, whom medical treatments of the time were unable to cure, and to whom the doctors were giving little time left to live, journeyed to the mountain village of Gaius, Switzerland, to consume fresh liquid whey. The fresh liquid whey is a byproduct of making cheese. This sick man consumed this fresh liquid whey each morning for a period of time, and was healed of his disease. News spread that his expected death sentence was reversed, and numerous people flooded to Gaius to benefit from the miraculous, life-giving properties of fresh, unheated whey. A health spa was soon created in this tiny village. In time, 160 spas were opened up throughout Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. These spas were active between the late 1700s and throughout the 1800s. The sick and the aging people would travel to these spas and stay for weeks, drinking the fresh whey produced from making the cheese in the morning. The sick got better and the aged became younger. Now come forward to the early 1900s, and the medical doctors of our era recommended a raw milk fast as a cure-all for many conditions. Raw milk from grass-fed cows has a long history of being a food of great health-promoting value. It is now believed the primary reason for this is that the whey portion of the milk is contributing to many health-building benefits. One World Whey is the result of 30 years of cumulative knowledge of one researcher in the holistic health field. He contacted several grass-based dairy farmers and purchased specimens of grass from them. He analyzed the grass specimens underneath his powerful microscope to see the chloroplast content. The chloroplast content of the grass represents how healthy and nutrient-dense the grass is. He found one particular Amish farmer whose grass was the highest in the chloroplast content. He bought milk from several of these grass-based dairy farmers, including the Amish farmer, and found the Amish farmer's milk produced the highest quality whey protein powder. This inventor built a multi-million-dollar facility to separate the casein and 95% of the fat from the milk, leaving him with nothing but liquid whey and 5% fat. He developed a means of destroying all bacteria in the whey without using heat. He also developed a means of digesting approximately 98% of the lactose content, leaving only 2% lactose, thus eliminating any problems of gas for lactose-intolerant people. Thus far, every lactose-intolerant person has reported no negative effects from consuming One World Whey. Additionally, due to the fact that whey protein is small, like goat's milk and a woman's breast milk, it is easily digested even by dairy-intolerant people. Thus far, 99% of every dairy-intolerant person using our whey is saying they are having no negative effects and, in fact, positive results. He also developed a means of drying the whey without using heat. His proprietary methods have produced a whey protein powder in which the proteins and amino acids that make up the whey have retained their original shape and power. They are virtually 100% usable to the body. When you consume a protein like this, you get the powerful benefits of amino acids without any stress to your liver or kidneys. In fact, it can and does improve liver and kidney function. Of all the proteins in nature, whey protein in its undamaged state is the most efficiently used by the body. When you replace some of your current dietary protein sources with One World Whey, then a multitude of benefits may ensue. When your body gets undamaged amino acids from a food source like One World Whey, then your entire body's pathways of energy production and well-being should improve. Additionally, the body will be empowered to repair, reduce inflammation, regulate blood sugar, support better brain chemistry, better energy, more endurance, and a dramatic improvement in detoxification. In fact, detoxification is such an important aspect of having fantastic health. I'm going to spotlight this subject next. If you can raise your glutathione, then you've correspondingly increased your ability to detoxify and reduce inflammation. Cysteine is the missing amino acid needed for the synthesis of the antioxidant glutathione. Whey proteins from cow's milk are rich in cysteine, the source of the amino acid cysteine. A study was conducted to determine whether enzymatically predigested whey protein isolate could increase intracellular glutathione concentrations and protect against oxidant-induced cell death in human prostate cells. Treatment of these cells with predigested whey protein isolate significantly increased intracellular glutathione by 64% compared with control cells receiving no predigested whey protein isolate. In contrast, treatment with predigested sodium caseinate, a cysteine poor protein source, did not significantly elevate intracellular glutathione. Predigested whey protein isolate significantly protected cells from oxidant-induced cell death, compared with controls receiving no whey protein isolate. The results of this study indicate that whey protein isolate can increase glutathione synthesis and protect against oxidant-induced cell death in human prostate cells. What this means is that when you increase your glutathione production by 64% or more, you increase your detoxification and reduction of inflammation or the pain it is causing by this 64% or more figure. So in summary, the sodium caseinate is the cheese portion of the milk and did not significantly elevate glutathione. This means the whey portion of the milk is the most effective in raising glutathione. How does intestinal inflammation inhibit whole body detoxification? In order for the body to be able to detoxify itself of heavy metals, the intestines must be free of inflammation. Intestinal inflammation inhibits elimination of toxins by causing a slowing down of the body's natural detoxification pathways. What is healthy detoxification? Detoxification processes occur throughout the body. A healthy detoxification pathway typically involves 3 phases. Phase 1, liver detoxification, involves preparing the toxin for joining to a water-loving molecule like glutathione or glucuronic acid. The neutralization of toxins with glutathione and glucuronic acid is called Phase 2 liver detoxification. Once a toxin is attached to glutathione or glucuronic acid, it is then moved through a series of Phase 3 liver detoxification transporters, leading to intestinal or kidney excretion. Most people have impaired detoxification. Intestinal inflammation disrupts detoxification in 2 ways. Inflammation in the intestines sends a message to the rest of the body not to produce glutathione. Glutathione represents 60% of the second phase of detoxifying toxins from your body. Glutathione is the primary antioxidant for quenching free radical reactions in the intestines. A deficiency of glutathione is a symptom of inflammatory bowel diseases, including Crohn's. Oxidative stress slows down the production of glutathione, which is a crucial antioxidant. Recent research at the Nestle Cancer Center in Switzerland examined genetic expression of the body's detoxification pathways and found that the small intestine and the liver work together tightly to coordinate detoxification and metabolism. Of note on this, do you realize that so many people with weight problems think that it is just their slow metabolism they need to speed up with stimulants or exercise, when the core problem is a congested liver and a congested toxic body? One World Whey offers the weight loss benefits through detoxification and through a metabolism booster known as lactoferrin. Studies show that people who took 300 milligrams of lactoferrin into their bodies daily lost 5 times the amount of fat from their waistline compared to people who took a placebo. This Nestle study also found that glutathione activity is predominantly modulated from the small intestine. This finding supports Dr. Christopher Shade's model of the 3rd phase of liver detoxification transporters in the intestines, controlling the liver's 2nd phase of detoxification pathways, and points to the centrality of the intestines in any detoxification protocol. Meaning, if you wish to lose weight or lose your protruding belly, you'll have to eliminate most or all of the inflammation in your intestines. The most effective way to do this is with intestinal cleansing, elimination of free radical forming foods, and the consumption of a protein like One World Whey. Hence, an essential component of eliminating heavy metals and the inflammation caused by them on the lining of the intestines would be to increase glutathione production. The most effective food for improving the body's ability to produce glutathione comes from unheated whey protein powder from grass-fed cows. I stress the protein powder over the fresh liquid whey as the concentration of cysteine, the key amino acid for increasing glutathione production, is much higher in the powder than the liquid. Additionally, the detoxification and health benefits we're hearing on One World Whey far surpass anything I've ever heard happening on raw milk, fresh liquid whey, or colostrum. I researched whey protein and found many scholarly articles, studies, and books extolling the health benefits of whey protein. These benefits were only seen when the whey was the least damaged by heat. I found out that every single whey protein product on the market, even the ones that say non-denatured and cold processed, are in fact heat sterilized. Some of these whey proteins that claim non-denatured should more accurately say less denatured. They have been heat sterilized and therefore are to some degree damaged by heat. I explain this in greater detail in a free report I wrote called Can Pasteurized Milk Create Disease and Shorten Your Lifespan? Ask for it or download it from our website at oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld, WHEY.com. The inventor of this whey protein also developed a method of extracting the sweetness out of stevia without using heat, so people report our stevia has no bitter or metallic taste. He also uses pesticide-free strawberry powder, real vanilla, and antioxidant-rich, dark, unprocessed chocolate to produce the most delicious, tasting, and health-giving whey protein powders ever produced, which we call One World Whey. To verify what I'm saying about One World Whey is true, I'm now going to let you hear a select few of the many testimonies we've received. All right, this is Stephen Hewer with Cocoon Nutrition. I'm speaking with Willie. Poritz, is it?
Poor and rich put together.
Poor Rich.
Yes.
Willie's from New York, and he's just shared with me the impressive results that his elderly parents have had since they've been on the One World Whey. His father and mother both being 89 years of age, going on 90. And his father evidently had arthritis pains and I guess not optimal health. And Willie, what happened to your father after he'd been on the One World Whey for a couple of months?
He didn't realize it right away, but after a little while, he came to me and I asked him about how's your arthritis and stuff, and he says, you know what? I just realized it the other day. I really don't have any pain anymore. I don't have any problem with it anymore.
And you said he looked better too, right?
Facial, yes. Definitely.
Okay. And then with with your mother, she was experiencing being physically, mentally, emotionally unstable, had been, I guess, taking lithium, and her hair mineral analysis had showed high levels of lithium and toxic levels of mercury, arsenic, and lead, and that it had been, those kind of mineral results in her hair had been seen repeatedly through 5 or 6 tests over the course of 2 years. So ever since she got on the whey, she's had some improvement that I'd like you to describe, and you said she's also had her hair mineral analysis improved for the first time in 2 years. So share with us what that was.
Well, be honest with you, the lithium couldn't go any higher in the charts, and we had a lot of trouble finding something to bring it down into the allowable limits. And the lead, the mercury, the arsenic showed up on the charts, which now they basically don't even show up on the charts. But the lithium, was cut in half right away.
And
so
that was after 2 months on the whey protein.
Yeah, 2.5 months. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I'm hoping this next time going through it, the lithium will be in a controlled, in an okay area, that they allowable limits.
Right. And then you also mentioned that your mother experienced some improvement in her mental, emotional, and physical stability, correct?
Yes, definitely.
All right. So basically in 2.5 months' time, your mother's mental, physical, emotional health improved, and her toxic levels of certain elements came down, and it was verified via hair testing.
And also, things are getting balanced more in everything from the vitamins to, just the mineral content for the balance that's necessary, and everything's getting closer to being balanced. Basically, just from that was one of the only things she was on.
Oh, right. Wow, so that's great. So basically her hair mineral test, overall the mineral pattern improved after 2.5 months, as well as the toxic metals coming down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, that's very encouraging for a lot of people, so they can see how all-encompassing and how systemic the effects are of taking One World Whey. Thanks for sharing that.
Yes.
My name is Doug Didero. For years I had an ongoing rash with itching around my eyes. This was due to metal dust particles landing on my face in the workplace. After being on One World Whey for 2 weeks, I began to have a severe rash and itching sensation around my eyes. This rash and itching lasted for 5 weeks and is now 100% gone. Additionally, without extra exercise, I've also increased my muscle size, and my wife has lost weight and gained a more attractive figure.
My name is Leslie. I've had depression since I was a child. After being on Prozac for 20 years, I got onto the One World Whey, and my need for Prozac was reduced by 50% within a few months. Now, after less than 1 year, I am completely off of Prozac. I learned that mercury is a toxin that causes brain damage and depression. By taking the One World Whey, I know I've detoxified my brain of mercury and excess glutamate, and now I'm functioning with this dramatic improvement in my mood.
My name is Angie, and my son has suffered from borderline autism and constipation. I got him on One World Whey, and in 2 months, his constipation is gone. He has become friendlier. He can carry on a normal conversation with me, and he has made his first friend. He's doing great, and he looks forward to taking One World Whey every day. You could offer him a present or a cake, and he would prefer the One World Whey. My name is Angie, and ever since my daughter had alternating diarrhea and constipation, she suffered from hair loss, listlessness, and was stunted in her growth. After getting her onto 2 supplements suggested by Nutripath Stephen Hewer, she has improved dramatically. Her stools have normalized, her hair and her body are growing again, and she is beaming. I credit the majority of her improvements to One World Whey.
Hi, my name is Gary Clark, and I'm 79, 80 in August. Some of the more mature listeners might remember me from the 1960s television series called The Virginian. I was one of the co-stars, and I played the part of Steve. Ah, boy, those were the days. Healthy, vital, able to leap small buildings at a single bound. But time catches up. The instrument doesn't play as well as it used to, and tune-ups last only a week or two. Several months ago, I saw an ad by Synergistic Nutrition for their One World Whey protein, and I thought I'd give it a try. Well, I did, and I liked it. I still do. A short time later, I was told that I had a partial blockage in one of the arteries leading up to my brain, which was causing little unwanted additions to my vision. So, meds were prescribed. Lots of meds, which carried with them lots of side effects. Plavix, for example, made me dizzy, and if someone looked at me too long, I'd bruise. Well, I'm sure it's a great drug, but I didn't like it. I decided to check further into this company called Synergistic Nutrition, and I had a 45-minute consultation with the owner, Stephen Hewer. We discussed virtually all of my issues, and he recommended several supplements, 2 of which were nitric oxide support and zinc. Those 2 turned out to be miraculous for me. He also recommended fresh organic fruit juice in the morning and fresh organic vegetable juice in the evening. I followed all of his recommendations, and I'll tell you, results were almost immediate. A week later, I stopped the Plavix, my own decision, and I've been off it and a few others ever since. That was 5 months ago. I saw my cardiologist last month, told him what I was doing, and he said, and I quote, "Most of my patients won't do what you're doing, Gary, and if they did, I'd be out of a job." Well, that made sense to me. You see, my wife and I have been married for 22 years. I have a 19-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old daughter. And seeing the stress and worries about me disappear from their faces is worth everything. I just want to say thank you, Synergistic Nutrition. And thank you, Stephen.
Hi, my name is Bill O'Brien. I generally suffer through an asthmatic breathing type situation. My breathing is shallow and generally constricted in the nose and lungs. After consuming One World Whey today, I have tremendous energy and also notice my breathing is free. I can feel the air in my left nostril and it is free all the way to my abdomen, which is pretty remarkable because I rarely get that feeling. Being a singer, I love feeling this unrestricted voice. The only thing new I've actually added to my routine is One World Whey. Wow.
My name's Bruno. I'm 52 years old. I've tried different protein powders over the years, and they've all tasted pretty bad. I tried One World Whey and found it to be delicious. After 10 weeks on One World Whey, my wife commented, "You have more muscles and you're leaner than when you were 20 years old." My body has changed dramatically. I'm a cyclist. Normally I'll ride 2 days on and take 2 days off. After being on One World Whey, I rode 10 days in a row in over 100-degree heat, and then I'd take another 2 servings of One World Whey, and then work out at the gym for another hour and a half. I just couldn't believe these results. My normal muscle tightness and soreness after working out are virtually gone. Don't take my word for it. One World Whey comes in single servings. Just give it a try.
My name is Steve, and I'm 53 years old. One World Whey took my workouts to a new level by eliminating my painful joint aches from lifting weights and allowing me to build up muscle and tone. My 77-year-old mother visited walking very slowly and in pain from a bad knee and back. Within a couple hours, she was walking around quickly, laughing and enjoying her new mobility and ease of movement. No sugar rush or letdown. One World Whey is the best I've tried.
My name is Brad. One World Whey was the first of several products I took from Synergistic Nutrition. I immediately fell in love with it. It is the best tasting protein powder on the market by far. I've tried many whey proteins and they've all irritated my stomach. With One World Whey, it does not upset my stomach at all. I was 165 pounds, now I'm up to 175 with less body fat. I've been getting stronger and my endurance is going through the roof. This powerful combination of products has contributed to my success.
Hi, my name is Annette, and due to menopause symptoms for nearly 2 years, I suffered severe hot flashes which prevented me from sleeping all night. It was so hard to work because I continued all day to have the hot flashes from hell. I was exhausted and depleted. After only 3 weeks on One World Whey, I have no hot flashes, and I'm sleeping normally again. I feel energized and strong. This is an amazing product.
Hello again. My name is Gary Clark. I'm the actor who's turning 80 in August who played the part of Steve on the 1960s Western TV series, The Virginian. A few months ago, I shared with Synergistic Nutrition customers the extraordinary difference that supplements from this company had made in my life and in the lives of my wife and 2 daughters. Now, those of you who've suffered the side effects of prescribed medicines know what I'm talking about. And those of you who have watched the devastating effects that worrying about you has had on your loved ones, well, you know what I'm talking about. And what I shared a few months ago is only part of the story. I neglected to mention how One World Whey protein powder has affected my life. Now, I realize this is not dinner table conversation, but here goes anyway. One World Whey solved my irregularity. I'd been plagued with constipation for years, and I thought it would be that way for the rest of my life. 3 weeks on One World Whey set me on a new path. That was 5 months ago, and I haven't been irregular since. Will it work the same way for you? I don't know. It worked for me. Then there's the energy. My wife and daughters noticed the difference even before I did. What I noticed is that they were including me in things they hadn't included me in before. Things that required a little more energy on my part. During a family discussion, they admitted that they'd been afraid to ask me to do too much, that I seemed, too weak to swim or hike or even bike. It also came out that they had refused invitations that might have put me in harm's way, at least from their perspective. At first, I was furious. But how can you stay angry or resentful with anyone, especially a wife and 2 daughters, who only have your well-being at heart? What did come out of that conversation is the promise that we, all of us, would always speak to one another openly and honestly, even if one or all of us didn't like it. Well, I immediately took advantage of our new agreement and told them that I had been thinking about taking up pole vaulting. I'd done that in high school. The expressions on their faces were priceless. Incredulity, disbelief, horror. They all thought I'd lost it. There was a long silence, and finally, Natalie, my 12-year-old, came up with the obvious solution. She said, "Fine, Dad. We can support you doing that." Ava, my 19-year-old, and Jareen, my wife, were dumbfounded. "But," Natalie continued, "only after you can hold a handstand unassisted for 3 minutes. They had me. Jareen and Ava smiled in victory. So I agreed, and I've been practicing my handstands ever since. And the 3 of them are now taking One World Whey protein on a regular basis. I guess they don't want me to outperform them. Yep, One World Whey protein works. Thank you, Synergistic Nutrition, for bringing a new level of living to my life and for making an already close family even closer.
Now you've heard that One World Whey really works. It replaces the need for 1/3 or more of your other protein sources like meat, fish, chicken, eggs. This means you'll be saving money on your grocery bill and reducing the inflammation in your body. Your need for other supplements and the expense of them may go down as well. So confident are we at Synergistic Nutrition that you'll love the taste and health benefits of One World Whey that we guarantee it. If you're not thrilled with the taste and results of One World Whey in 60 days or less, simply call us, and after a consultation with one of our educated staff, you'll be entitled to a refund. We at Synergistic Nutrition are open 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, Eastern Time. If you'd like to get our free report entitled, Can Pasteurized Milk Create Disease and Shorten Your Lifespan?, please go to oneworldwhey.com to find this free report. Or if you want to order online, again, go to oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld.com. Or if you want to call us back at your convenience, call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325.